Scooby-Doo, SpongeBob. Okay. So,
How
yeah,
about
you guys
how
say
about Scooby-Doo the movie?
we're going to go over all of these.
How about
Hello, this
Scooby-Doo?
is Derek from Point and Shoot Films with my special guest here, Autumn. She's going to help me go over some of the movies that we bought. First one we're going to start with is It's the Muppets. And this is just a short. It's not one of the full movies, but she'll get a kick out of it. And then we have Scooby-Doo's Greatest Mysteries. And this one is...
Hey, that's mine.
This one is yours, yes. And this one is just, looks like it's just a bunch of classic episodes.
Hey, this one is mine too.
Yep, you got, let's see, we got Scooby-Doo meets the Boo Brothers. This one, I believe, is one of the Shaggy, Scooby and Scrappy episodes. And then, what's next? Hold it up so the camera can see it. Looks like we got Mighty Joe Young here. And this one you picked out too, right?
Yeah, I picked it out.
Yeah. And then last for this pile is Muppet Treasure Island. This is one of the good Muppet ones with Tim Curry. And then on to our next pile. Quite a few VHS here, nothing else really. I'm not even sure what this movie is. It's some sort of vampire movie. Night Hunter, never heard of it. Figured it's probably really cheesy and could get a good laugh out of it. And then we have John Carpenter's Ghosts of Mars. And I've never seen this, and I don't recall it getting good reviews, but big John Carpenter fan. Never seen it, figured I'd give it a try.
You have to tell it to the camera.
Yes. Then we have
SpongeBob?
Nautical Nonsense. This one's got 5 seaworthy stories on it, with including Ripped My Pants, SB-129, Texas, The
Hey, it
Graveyard
has
Ship.
that one too.
Yes.
I really like that one.
Yeah.
Because he has the future one.
The future. Next up is Jaws, letterboxed on VHS. I don't remember if I went over this one or not, so excuse me if I'm repeating any. I kind of got them all mixed up and I couldn't remember.
Crazy shark under that lady.
Yeah. Next up is I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, the sequel to I Know What You Did Last Summer, which was a great book and a terrible movie. This movie's pretty bad as well, but if I remember correctly, I actually liked this one better. And, you know, it helps build my horror collection. Next up is The Witches, based on a Roald Dahl book. Great book, great movie. If you've never seen it, definitely give it a check. You want to look at that one?
Sure.
Next up is Dirty Rotten Scoundrels with, Michael Caine and, looking right at it, Steve Martin. I've never seen this one, so, yeah, figured give it a shot. It's, you know, just one of those Steve Martin movies. I don't know why I've never seen it, but old school, good. Silence of the Lambs, everybody knows what that
Look at
is.
the back of it.
Yes, I see that. She's a witch. Then we have Independence Day, which this tape seems very, very... Okay. Well, regardless, it seems very heavy
I
comparatively.
was looking at that one too.
Next up is Neverending Story 2. This one, this one's actually got a Bugs Bunny cartoon attached to it. That's pretty cool. But, yeah. I'm actually a bigger fan of this one than I am of the first one. Then we have, of course, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. This just recently came out on Blu-ray. Big fan of this movie.
I've never seen that before.
You've never seen this before?
No.
You know, we can watch it sometime. It's a good movie. You want to look at that one now?
Sure.
Okay.
Here you go.
Thank you. And last for this pile is Walking Tall with The Rock remake. I thought he did a pretty good job with this one.
You've gone through all of those ones?
Yes.
Hey, it had my favorite movie in it.
Which one's your favorite movie?
The one next to that one. I
Yep.
love it.
Yeah, we'll get to that one next. John Hughes, Uncle Buck. Great movie. Funny. If you've never seen it, definitely worth checking out. And then,
Are you telling me you've never seen it?
Oh, no, I've seen that one before. Some of the other ones I haven't. Because it's a movie review, so that way people can watch it. Yep.
Can I look at that now?
I haven't even gotten to show everybody yet. Adding Home Alone to my collection. Your favorite movie?
Yeah.
You like this movie? Yeah, you can look at it.
Thanks.
Why don't you tell them what that it's about? About a kid who gets left at home, right? The robbers try to come in?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he scares them off.
I really like the Christmas one.
Yeah, they're both Christmas ones. Home Alone 1 and 2 are both based around Christmas. Next up is Overexposed. This is a screener. I've never heard of this movie in my life. Okay, it is the actual movie. One thing about buying movies at Goodwill by the pound, I always forget to check and make sure that it's actually, you put it right in that pile, sweetheart. But yeah, I figured it's a screener, but I've never heard of it. There must have been a reason why they would have sent screeners out for it. I mean, maybe they just went to the video. I know, I'm getting to there. Next up is the Coca-Cola Kid. Not really sure what this movie is even about. I've heard of it before. He looks like he's obviously drinking old school Coke that might have still had Coke in it because he looks pretty drugged out in the cover. You want to look at that one?
Sure.
Okay. And then next up is Commando with Schwarzenegger. Schwarzenegger film that I actually haven't seen, surprisingly, because I have pretty much seen everything he's done. Big Schwarzenegger fan. I honestly think he's one of the best action films of my generation, everybody's generation.
I saw you pick that up in a pile when we go to Goodwill.
Yeah. Planet of the Apes, no explanation needed. Everybody's seen that movie. If you haven't, you're living under a rock. The Water Boy, which apparently includes never before seen footage. Didn't notice that on there before. This is definitely good VHS find. I'm not a huge fan of this movie, but it's funny enough to own on VHS in case I ever care to watch it. This movie called Prison, which says it's starring Lane Smith of Weeds, which honestly is kind of weird to me that, unless it's not the Weeds show that I'm thinking of, that it would even say that, because Weeds was long after VHS tapes. And according to this, it came out in, I don't even see a date on it. But yeah, it looked up my alley.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And we got Maverick, Mel Gibson, Riverboat Gambling movie. Love this movie. The Mask with Jim Carrey. If you haven't seen that, another Living Under a Rock movie. One of my all-time favorites, comedy movies.
Hey, I saw that in the card.
Yeah, you'd like this movie. It's funny. Next up is the Buttercream Gang, which is feature film for families production. It's like a not religious-y, but like one of those, they would have shown it to, I don't even know. It's one of the most ridiculous movies probably ever, about a bunch of kids, and then one of them moves away, becomes a hoodlum, and then comes back, and his friends try to change him back to the better. And then last up is Kingpin. I've never seen this movie, but I figured since it's from the idiots who brought us Dumb and Dumber, that I should probably give it a chance, because huge Dumb and Dumber fan. I like Woody Harrelson.
Keep putting it on here.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm not even sure I honestly know what this is about, other than something about bowling. But yep, so that's those are all the ones that I've gotten recently. This is the first time I've actually done a video in a few weeks, I think. Like I said in my very first video, we only have Walmart to buy movies at in this town. So unless I get out of town, I don't get a chance to buy a whole lot of movies. So I kind of stacked them up for a few weeks, and like I said, if I went through any that I already went through in a previous video, I apologize, but I really couldn't remember.
Is that all of them?
That's all of them, sweetheart. But this is Derek from Point and Shoot Films, Autumn from Point and Shoot Films, and we're signing off. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye.